What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we are jumping in with an absolutely massive Destiny 2 Beyond Light reveal, and of course we got a brand new Bungie Vidoc breaking down a bunch of information. So we are going to talk about the Vidoc, but we also get a roadmap for the launch of Beyond Light and Season of the Hunt, which is going to be Season 12 starting in November. We see what some of the content is going to be there. We also learn of the return of Prince Aldrin, or the Crow as we should now call him. And so there's a lot to unpack there, but also Bungie talk about their plans for Destiny over the next year, how the seasonal narrative is going to play into that, and a bunch of stuff about Beyond Light itself. Some of the exotics, a better look at the Cosmodrome, and a few other things which we will talk about in the video. So guys, as always, I really hope you enjoy this one, and if you do, be sure to get subscribed so I can keep you posted on all the Beyond Light content. But now, let's get into it. Initially, we should speak about what Bungie break down inside of the Vidoc today. So they start out loosely referring to the next trilogy of stories for Destiny, of course Beyond Light, Witch Queen, and then Lightfall, and the focus being on discovering the true nature of light and dark, of course having the opportunity to wield the darkness and walking a different path to that which we thought we were destined for. And really, especially over the next year, we're going to learn a lot about the various characters that have been involved in the recent stories in the game, as well as some really important characters such as Prince Aldrin. We'll talk about that in a moment, but of course in the Vidoc we see a bunch of crazy new graphics on Europa. They speak about Vanguard Division in Season of Arrivals, but Year 4 really focusing once again on how characters respond to the darkness and their attack on various destinations. We see a lot of cool shots of the Stranger on Europa, and they describe Europa as a time capsule, a huge desolate destination with massive underground facilities. And of course they are referring to Clovis Bray and the spaces where Exos have been developed. Plus, a little tease right at the end for the team of 6 arriving in the Deep Stone Crypt, presumably for that Beyond Light raid. That's pretty cool, but they highlight the new weather system and how dynamic weather means the destination will evolve really rapidly, the environment changing all around to match the storm. And of course we're going to learn about Aramis's motivations, what's going on with the Fallen. But then we start to get a bit of cool gameplay stuff, so firstly we have a character screen right here, where they're selecting the Darkness subclass. We see a bunch of new weapons, items like the artifact, Ghost Shell armor, and I believe a raid emblem right there. But importantly, these subclasses do kind of appear on the opposite side of our current subclasses. And then we can see Revenant is expanded right here, initially with various different abilities like the class ability Marksman's Dodge, but then beneath we see the Aspect and Fragment slots as well. And of course there is a lot of tasty Stasis gameplay right here, but we also see Stasis aspects like Ice Flare Bolts, where shattering a frozen target grants a small amount of grenade energy and spawns Seekers that track and freeze other nearby targets. And Frost Pulse, where casting your Rift generates a shockwave that freezes nearby combatants. So of course it's cool to see some of the additional mods that we'll be able to get access to, and specifically those aspects and fragments are things that we'll learn via gameplay. Importantly, they also say that they're going to continue to expand on Stasis in general in the future, so that's definitely a pretty cool element. But up next they show us a couple of the exotics, so we see No Time to Explain up closer, and they talk about the Time Portal firing alongside the weapon. And then we also see the new exotic sword, the Lament, this awesome kind of chainsaw sword, which can also cut through barrier shields. So it's cool to see those two up close, but we also talk a little bit about some of the exotic armor, as well as the Cosmodrome right here. So check out this full section from the Vidoc. We do see the Cosmodrome map and gameplay as well, as Shorhan, the new Cosmodrome vendor. So it's cool to get a look at that, and also Shorhan confirmed, not Prince Aldrin, I guess. Check this out, and we'll talk about the Aldrin stuff in just a second.
For Beyond Light, we really wanted to create exotic armor pieces that formed a key part of your build around which all the other parts of your build could revolve. For example, the Titan gets the Icefall Mantle, which is a set of exotic arms that looks like it is crafted from Golden Age tech. When you activate it, you sort of slam your arms down, create a burst of stasis energy, and then you cover yourself in an overshield. The Warlock Exotic is Necrotic Grip. If you are facing a wave of thralls running at you, you can nail them with your melee attack, and it starts to burst and sort of cascade through the whole group.
There's a lot there for newcomers coming in too. If you've got a friend who hasn't tried it out, it's a really great time to jump in on New Light, that entry experience for free players.
Last year, when New Light launched, we brought back a small portion of the Cosmodrome. This year, we're bringing back a much larger portion of the destination. It takes some of the experiences that started with original Destiny 1, but puts them and stitches them together in a different way and adds new things and tells a different story.
What you're going to meet in this new opening experience is a character with not one, but two names from Fast and the Furious, Shah Han.
Thank the light. I didn't think we had other Guardians on patrol here.
What I love about the Cosmodrome is it feels like Destiny distilled.
Pretty cool to get a better look at that, but then of course Bungie talk about Season of the Hunt and various darkness forces pushing forward, meaning that we're actually going to be working with Osiris to stop Xivu Arath, one of the champions of Savathun. But very immediately after this, they show us that Aldrin does indeed return to Destiny 2 in this season as well. So he now refers to himself as the Crow, and as a resurrected Guardian, he doesn't know of his past. I thought for a moment he was going to be a bad guy again, but apparently we're going to work with him as well as Osiris to put a stop to Xivu Arath and learn more about Savathun. So this is pretty exciting stuff, kind of separate to the specific Beyond Light story, right? And they say that in general during Year 4, Savathun will be putting the last pieces in place for the arrival of Witch Queen, which will be the next major expansion in 2021. And so obviously that's really exciting stuff. But here, finally, guys, we get a roadmap and a bit of an update about Season of the Hunt and the launch for Beyond Light. So they say Destiny 2 Beyond Light kicks off on November 10th, with Guardians traveling to Europa to investigate the threats, mysteries, and power residing there. Season of the Hunt also begins on November 10th, and you'll be able to start earning ranks and rewards from the Season Pass, claim your artifact, and begin to customize it as you power it up. This season's story mission and the new Wrathborn Hunts activity will kick off the following week on November 17th. And starting with Season of the Hunt, most of the seasonal content and all of the sweet gear will be sticking around for all of Year 4. And so here's a look at the calendar for Beyond Light and Season of the Hunt for a glimpse of what we have in store. So we can see that Beyond Light, in terms of the content list, does include the campaign, of course the Stasis unlocks, Titan Behemoth, Warlock Shadebinder, and Hunter Revenant, as well as Salvation's Grip, which is going to drop in the form of an exotic grenade launcher quest. But then free-to-all players will be the new Destination Europa, the Cosmodrome experience, new season armor and exotic weapon, a new strike added to the playlist, Lost Sectors, which presumably are going to be on Europa and Cosmodrome, and then 100 seasonal ranks, new artifact mods, triumphs, shaders and emblems, Iron Banner, and the Dawning. But on the 10th of November, we'll get access to the seasonal artifact, which we can see on that map, but also Empire hunts will begin as part of Beyond Light, and then the Glassway strike will open as well. Between that date and the 1st of December, we'll also be uncovering Europa's secrets, so of course, exploring that destination. And that's going to be a much bigger part of this drop, right, because it's a major expansion. However, skipping back to November, on the 13th, Adept Trials weapons will be coming, followed on the 17th by the season mission beginning, as well as the Wrathborn Hunt, so that's part of the season content specifically. The 21st of November will of course see the Deepstone Crypt raid opening, and then on the 8th of December we've got the first Iron Banner, with the 15th of December up until the 5th of January being the Dawning, as well as other content. And they list things like Hawkmoon, Cloud Strike, No Time to Explain, Duality, Salvation's Grip, The Layman, Icefall Mantle, Mask of Bacchus, Arthur's Embrace, Dawn Chorus, Necrotic Grip, and Precious Scars as new exotic weapons and armor. So presumably that's across both the season and the content drop itself. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to look forward to starting next month, guys. So give us your thoughts about everything down in the comment section below. But for now, that's what we've got to round up in this video. And as always, I hope you have enjoyed it. If you are new to the channel, be sure to get subscribed and I'll keep you posted on all of the upcoming content and news. But also feel free to drop us a like rating down below, as it really does help us out on the channel. But otherwise, thanks for tuning in and I hope you have an awesome day.